In order to express yourself as a keyboard player, it's really important to be able to put some aspects of your technique on automatic. And that's where building good muscle memory as a keyboard player is really important. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can build muscle memory and really expand your possibilities as a keyboard player. Hi everybody, my name is Peter. Thanks for joining me at OurWorshipSound, where we're working to make worship keyboard technique and technology easier. We're going to be talking about technique in this video today, and specifically how you can build muscle memory, some strategies for building muscle memory, so you can put some aspects of your technique on automatic and allow you to shift your focus away from moving individual fingers around to different notes and to begin to focus on other things, whether it's singing at the same time or adjusting your sounds or leading other people, and just some strategies for how you can build muscle memory. I remember when I first started playing guitar and I was having to think about where I was going to put each individual finger on the fretboard, and then to go to the next chord, how I needed to move each individual finger to the next chord. And over time, it gets to be a lot more automatic, but at first it's really cumbersome. So what are some things we can do to build that muscle memory and make things automatic? The first thing is to embrace the power of repetition, and specifically repeating short little bits of music. If you try to play a song all the way through 50 times, it's not going to build as much memory as a muscle memory as if you take just a short, maybe a measure or two, or maybe one chord change to the next, and practice that change of chords or the change of notes, and do that short repetition several times. So when we go to something like this, this is just an exercise. If I do that a lot of times, I'm going to ingrain that pattern in my fingers and be able to do it without thinking about it, which is the object of muscle memory. Okay, so I always talk to my students and say, if you were to play this 50 times, would you be a lot better at it? And they would say, yeah. And then I say, how long is it going to take you to play it 50 times? And say, oh, maybe 8 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that. So you can get a lot done in a short amount of time just by repeating something over and over again, which is a short bit of music. The second thing you want to do is make sure that you're going as slowly as you need to have good technique. Okay, some examples of bad technique would be being inconsistent with your fingering. So if I were to play this like this one time and then go back and do it a different way, I'm not going to be able to recall that finger movement as easily when I go to play it somewhere else. So make sure you're playing with consistent fingering approach. Also make sure that you're playing with good even tempo and even volume on your notes. As you're building strength and coordination in your fingers, it's easy to allow some notes to happen quicker than others, or for some notes to happen louder than others. So make sure you're going as slowly as you need to have good, even technique across everything that you're playing. So the first tip is repetition. The second tip is make sure you're going slowly enough to play with good technique. So we want the quantity of the repetitions, but that quantity only counts if you're getting the quality of good technique. So make sure you have both quantity and quality in your approach. Third thing is you need to make sure that you cover all aspects of your technique in what you're doing to build muscle memory. For example, if you're learning chords, don't just learn a chord in root position. Learn it in first inversion and second inversion. Just learn all the inversions, and then you'll have all of your chords under your fingers. You've built muscle memory on that. So don't leave anything out. Don't skip over anything. Make sure you're building the kind of muscle memory that allow you to employ any of your techniques whenever you need them. Fourth, make sure you build a connection with your ears. We're trying to build this relationship between what we know to do and what our fingers can execute, but also what we're hearing. And there's one step that you need to take in order to help that along, and that is to simply understand where you are in terms of the key or the scale. For example, if you're playing, you're going to get a lot more benefit out of it if you know that these notes that you're playing aren't just C, G, B, but within the context of C major. It's the first scale note, the fifth scale note, and the seventh scale note. Okay? And then when you go, you're beginning to hardwire that connection between what you're hearing and what you're thinking and what's coming out of your fingers. So take that extra step to know what scale notes you're playing. Also to know that every chord is built off a scale note. So when you're playing this progression, you're you're not just playing C, F, A minor, G, you're playing the first chord within a key of C major. It's built off the first scale note, the 4 chord, the 6 chord, and the 5 chord. So take that extra step, begin to establish those connections, not only with your fingers and your brain, but your ears as well. The fifth and final tip you're probably not going to see coming, and that is to get enough sleep. Okay, and the reason why sleep is important to muscle memory is because sleep is when your brain consolidates motor learning. So any motor skills that you're picking up, they begin to become ingrained long-term skills when you sleep. The processes in your brain to make that happen while you sleep. So get enough good sleep, and that'll help build your muscle memory as well. And you can build muscle memory by working with any song in any way that you see fit. If you're doing specific exercises like this, these are some really good examples. The ones that I used in this video were from 2 different video courses, Fluent Piano Chords and Fluent Piano Melodic. And they both have exercises that you can use to build your muscle memory for developing those skills. I hope that was helpful. If so, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe for notifications on future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.